Juventus vs Cagliari, prediction, team news, lineups. After winning 5 games from 6 without conceding a goal, Juventus have announced themselves as genuine Scudetto contenders. And they tackle in-form Cagliari on Saturday evening. Juve have ascended to second in the Serie A standings by grimly grinding out results. Meanwhile, their Sardinian counterparts have scored 8 times across 3 recent wins. Match preview. Enjoying their best start to a season since last winning the title back in 2019-20, Juventus are the closest challengers to Serie A leaders Inter after 11 matches, and their remarkable defensive record is largely to thank. No team has recorded more clean sheets than the Bianconeri across Europe's top 5 leagues, 8, alongside League One club Nice, and their current streak of 6 on the spin represents the best such tally since they posted 8 in a row themselves between October 2022 and January 2023. Max Allegri's men most recently shut up shop against Fiorentina at Stadio Artemio Franchi, where Fabio Moretti's early goal on the break provided a platform for the visitors to sit deep and frustrate their dominant hosts last weekend. Having also won the Turin Derby and beaten title rivals Milan of late, Juventus are a force to be reckoned with this season, and their year-long ban from UEFA competition seems to have been a blessing in disguise. Between Serie A fixtures, Allegri has molded a rigid back line on the training ground, and before putting it to the toughest test in Calcio, next week's Derby d'Italia against Inter, his well-drilled side will host opponents who have rarely troubled Juve in the recent past. The Bianconeri have won 11 of their last 12 league meetings with Cagliari, averaging 2.3 goals per game and recording 8 clean sheets in the process. Ahead of their trip to Turin, Cagliari have lost each of their last 6 away games against Juventus in the league, so precedent is certainly not on their side this weekend. However, a sudden spurt of both points and goals has boosted confidence in the camp, lifting the Isolani out of the relegation zone and sending them through to the last 16 of the Coppa Italia. No Serie A side has scored more than Cagliari since the start of October 9. Alongside Bologna and Roma, and having ignited their comeback campaign with 2 spectacular wins in a week, last term's Serie B playoff winners then managed to wrap up 3 more points last Sunday. Claudio Ranieri's side welcomed Genoa to Sardinia shortly after battling back from 3 goals down to beat Frosinone and then sneaking past Udinese in the cup with an extra-time winner. And second-half strikes from Nicolas Viola and Gabriel Zappa secured a 2-1 home victory. While Juventus are capable of shutting out anyone, their ex-Cagliari boss Allegri will no doubt be aware that Saturday's visitors have now scored 6 of their last 7 league goals via substitutes, including each of the last 4, Leonardo Pavoletti's stoppage-time brace versus Frosinone and both goals against Genoa. Team news. After netting last week's winner in Florence, Fabio Moretti should join Manuel Locatelli and Weston McKennie in the Juventus midfield on Saturday, as regular starter Adrien Rabiot must serve a suspension for accumulated bookings. With McKennie set to feature in the center and fellow USA international Tim Weah sidelined by injury, Andrea Cambiaso and Philip Kostic could claim the hosts' wingback positions in a familiar 3-5-2 formation. In addition to Weah, defensive trio Mattia De Silio, Danilo and Alex Sandro are also unavailable, battling it out with Moise Kean and Arkady Smilik to partner Federico Chiesa up front. Serbian striker Dusan Vlahovic has previously scored 5 league goals against Cagliari, including his first-ever Serie A strike, back in November 2019. The visitors, meanwhile, remain without Nahitan Nandez thigh and long-term absentee Marco Rog ACL due to injury, but former Juve boss Claudio Ranieri should have the rest of his squad available at the Allianz Stadium. Zito Luvumbo and Interloni Gaetano Orestagno have recently been preferred as the Isolani's front 2, but Andrea Patagna, Eldar Shamirodov, Gianluca Lapadula and Leonardo Pavoletti all offer more experienced options should Ranieri decide to freshen things up. Juventus' possible starting lineup: Szczesny, Gatti, Bremer, Rugani, Cambiaso, McKennie, Locatelli, Miretti, Kostic, Chiesa, Vlahovic. Cagliari possible starting lineup: Scudetto, Zappa, Goldeniga, Docena, Agilo, Prati, Grassi, Makumbu, Mancosu, Luvumbo, Pavoletti. We say, Juventus 2-0 Cagliari. Although they have finally found a way to win, Cagliari have conceded more goals from open play than any other Serie A side this season 18. And they are not the most obvious candidate to end their hosts' superb sequence of clean sheets. Victory would put Juventus top of the table, if only for a day, and that should inspire them to avoid any complacency. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.